Vicious knees, explosive elbows, and thunderous kicks. Dakota Ditcheva isn't just making waves in women's MMA, she's creating a full-blown tsunami.
Rips to the body by Ditcheva.
With 14 opponents already lying face down in her wake, she's quickly becoming the hottest thing in the fight game.
Cornelia Holm, very difficult to put away.
Oh! Yeah. The power! Dakota Ditcheva!
Don't let that sweet feminine exterior fool you. This 26-year-old British Bulgarian is a human wrecking ball with a terrifying 93% finishing rate. 13 finishes out of 14 wins, 0 losses. She's on a mission to make sure no one leaves the cage standing. But hey, don't just take our word for it. Let's break down the 10 times Dakota turned her opponents into human sacrifices, sending them straight to the Dead Sea. Making a splash in your MMA debut is tough, unless, of course, you're Dakota Ditcheva. By the time she stepped into the cage on April 10th, 2021, the hard-hitting Bulgarian was already a Muay Thai savage.
Leg kick there from Dakota.
A Thai background, so
And when the cage door slammed shut, she wasted 0 time, proving she was here to break bones, not hearts. Her first unlucky victim, Jenny Line. From the second the bell rang, it was clear Dakota was playing chess while Leon was stuck on checkers. She hammered Line with brutal kicks and punches, testing her defenses like a cat playing with a mouse.
Very comfortable.
Switches back.
Job.
Lovely
combo.
leg kick.
When Lena's gas tank hit E, Dakota unleashed a savage combo of elbows and knees, dragging her to the canvas like she was parking a car.
Oh, wow. She's in a bit
I
of
thought she was
bother.
done, but she did great to get back there.
I can see a knee. Oh, you heard that.
Jenny trying to cut,
And again.
cut off.
She's gone down.
Dakota drags her to the floor. Jenny's managed to grab half guard. Let's see what technical ability here on the floor.
Line somehow got back up, but it was only to eat a spinning elbow followed by a knee so vicious the ref had no choice but to call it off.
Yeah, like I say, the Thai background, she'll be used to throwing elbows. She wound up with that. I thought she was going to throw an elbow.
I did.
Oh,
spinning
back
elbow.
Oh, wow. Oh, knee. She drops.
It's a masterclass. An
that's
absolute
great.
masterclass. Still.
Dakota's MMA debut was like throwing a shark into a fish tank, and her fight against Carrie Esom was Exhibit A. Esom tried to close the gap, but Dakota had other plans, greeting her with a brutal front kick to the face followed by a hook that left Esom dizzy and wondering what hit her.
It's MMA, and these ladies... Isom wasted no time, but...
With Isom softened up, Dakota wasted no time, clinching her and unleashing a hurricane of knees and elbows like she was trying to rewrite the rule book on pain.
Good work for Isom. She comes from a good grappling stock with Jimmy Johnson there in the corner.
But in the clinch, Dakota, the knees, the elbows.
Despite Isom proving to be tougher than expected, Dakota had no interest in a fair fight.
Oh, spinning back elbow just missed. And this is the thing. And another! And a knee!
Straight across.
And another elbow! And another!
That's opened up a cut on Isom's head. Big back elbow.
No quit in Isom at all as she throws.
She dropped a clean takedown and immediately started dropping bombs from the top like she was delivering a package of destruction.
Punches for Dakota, raining down. Carrie really needs to improve her position.
The referee finally had enough when Isom couldn't find an escape, ending the fight via TKO before she needed a rescue mission. Dakota was determined to finish 2021 with a bang, and when she signed up to fight Patricia Borges, she made that mission crystal clear. Knowing that Dakota was a striking machine, Borges tried to cling to her like a toddler grabbing onto a security blanket.
Trying to close the distance early.
And Borges certainly looks like she's physically strong and is going to be very difficult to work against in the clinch.
But it didn't take long for her to realize that wasn't going to work. Borges' guard had been a problem for others, but Dakota wasn't just others.
This beast that we see in front of us. Borges there trying to underhook the leg to attack it again.
Once she slipped past the danger zone, Dakota transformed into a wrecking ball, pounding Borges' head like she was playing whack-a-mole.
Yeah, and now just covering up his Patricia.
The referee quickly realized the damage was done, stepping in to call the fight before Borges needed a rescue team.
Has she been troubled yet?
Well, questions were asked. You look at the grappling prowess there.
On January 15th, 2022, Dakota returned to action against Simone da Silva, once a rising star with a 10-2 record. But by the time she faced Dakota, da Silva's promising career quickly turned into another chapter of how to get destroyed by Dakota Ditcheva. Dakota opened with a lightning-fast kick and followed up with a slick boxing combo that sent da Silva scrambling to the cage like she was trying to escape a fire. In the clinch, Dakota's striking precision was like a surgeon's scalpel, slicing through da Silva's defenses with ruthless efficiency. Da Silva might have survived the first round, but the second round was a whole different beast. After a few scrambles, Dakota unleashed a barrage of heavy blows, framing her opponent like she was setting up a perfect shot, then landed a knee that sent da Silva's hopes straight to the ground. The referee had seen enough and stepped in to call the fight before da Silva could find out how much worse it could get. On April 4th, 2024, Dakota squared off against Lisa Malden, who was riding high on a 3-fight win streak. Dakota wasted no time, opening with a kick, followed by a thundering left hand and a front kick that sent Lisa's brain into a mini vacation. After a nasty low kick, Dakota unleashed an onslaught like a general leading an all-out invasion.
Speed of Dakota Ditcheva on display. Nasty combination.
There was no escape. Once the fight hit the ground, Lisa tried to throw up a submission, but Dakota's takedown defense was like trying to break into Fort Knox. Absolutely no chance. Back on the feet, Dakota started cooking Lisa's liver with pinpoint strikes, leaving Lisa crouched down in pain like someone had just stolen her lunch money. With no fight left in her, Lisa was frozen.
More body shots. This one first round finish.
And the referee stepped in to call it a first-round finish. Next up in Dakota's path was Chelsea Hackett, a dangerous striker with 23 kickboxing bouts under her belt. But from the opening seconds, Dakota made it clear there was a chasm between her and the competition. She blasted Hackett with thunderous blows that sent her crashing to the canvas like a dropped sack of potatoes. In the clinch, Dakota went to work, delivering brutal knees to the body that slowly broke Hackett's spirit, one knee at a time. When they finally broke apart, Dakota cranked up the intensity, blasting Hackett with a combination to the body and head that had the referee sweating. Sensing it was getting ugly, the ref stepped in just in time to keep Hackett from leaving the arena in a body bag. This flawless victory was just the beginning for Dakota's grand plans. On August 2nd, 2024, she stepped into the semi-final of the 2024 PFL Women's Flyweight Tournament to face Jenna Bishop, a submission specialist with a 7-1 record. Dakota wasted no time, charging forward, trapping Bishop in a corner, and going to work on her torso with vicious strikes that had all the intent of a wrecking ball. Bishop tried to drag Dakota into a brawl, but Dakota wasn't having it. She dragged her back into the open field and attacked like a freight train with a one-way ticket. When Dakota landed a savage knee, the referee had no choice but to step in, saving Bishop from what would have surely been a one-way trip to the ER. Before we dive into Dakota's most important performance of her career, let's take a look at two pivotal fights. First, on September 30th, 2023, Dakota faced Cornelia Holm in the PFL Europe Women's Flyweight Tournament semi-final. Holm tried to control the clinch early on.
Utilized him so well with that jab, but this is a good takedown for Holm.
Beautiful work. Nice scramble though from Ditcheva. Cornelia Holm.
It's very difficult to relax in these moments. It's unfamiliar to us.
She dropped down for a single.
But Dakota wasn't having it. She broke free and unleashed a liver-crushing knee that had Holm questioning her life choices.
Can really push her, and now there's the knees. The knees coming up the center, right back on the attack.
By the third round, Holm was gassed, and Dakota smelled blood, finishing her with a savage kick that left no doubt. Next up, Dakota fought Valentina Skatidze in the tournament final. Skatidze came out like a bull, but Dakota was ready to show her who the real matador was. She quickly overwhelmed Skatidze with strikes and brutal knees from the clinch. By the time the referee stepped in, Skatidze's face looked like it had gone through a meat grinder. With that, Dakota was crowned the 2023 PFL Europe Women's Flyweight Champion, and the crowd went wild. Dakota found herself in the 2024 PFL Women's Flyweight Tournament Final, facing the fierce Taylor Santos, a former contender who gave Valentina Shevchenko a run for her money. The world thought Santos might be too much of a challenge for Dakota, but the British Bulgarian didn't break a sweat. Dakota kicked her way into Santos' defenses, testing her like a cat poking a sleeping bear. Then, like a sniper lining up the perfect shot, Dakota took her chance. When Santos tried to clinch, Dakota was ready, patiently waiting for the perfect moment. Once it came, she unloaded with a brutal knee from the clinch, signaling the start of Santos' demise. After a flurry of punches that felt like getting hit by a freight train, the referee stepped in, declaring Dakota Ditcheva the 2024 PFL Women's Flyweight Champion, leaving no room for doubt. So there you have it, the unstoppable whirlwind that is Dakota Ditcheva, a fighter who's completely rewritten the rulebook on dominating in the cage. With a record so perfect, it's practically a crime. She's out here smashing barriers and evolving like a fighter on a mission from the future. Will she ascend to undisputed champion status, or will someone finally step up and throw a wrench in her machine? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, Dakota's story is just getting started. And hey, if you want to stay updated on all things knockout, domination, and extreme action, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the madness right here on Box Stream.